Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, if you are a healthcare professional planning to come and work in the UK, then most likely you are going to need your HCPC registration. And if you are interested in knowing how to register for the HCPC in 5 easy steps, then today's video is for you because I will be listing out the detailed process for you guys so that you clear out any of your confusion and get on the track to be a physio or any other healthcare professional in the UK. But before we move ahead, my name is Nikita and I make videos about coming to the UK as a healthcare professional, clearing those interviews and landing those jobs in order to start your dream life in the UK if that is what you want. And if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, my handle is Physiotherapy in UK, but also drop me a subscribe on YouTube. So let's get into the steps. So the first step that I would recommend even before looking at the HCPC sort of guidelines or things like that is clearing your IELTS or TOEFL exams. Now, I typically recommend doing your IELTS, especially if you are somebody from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Turkey, or any other country where you need to give your English language requirements in order to work as a physiotherapist or as any other healthcare professional in the UK. The scores for IELTS are very easy. You need to get a score of 7 overall and individual sort of element scores of 6.5 or above. And for speech and language therapists, it is slightly higher. However, if you are interested in knowing more about it and more information related to IELTS and what other tests might be accepted, then feel free to check out this video, which has loads of important information about this topic. Now, once you've gone ahead and booked yourself a date for the IELTS, started preparing for it, the second thing you want to do is start collecting your documents. In order to register for the HCPC, you need several documents in order to sort of verify your identity and your qualifications. Now, in order to verify your identity, the first thing you're going to need is your passport. The second thing you're going to need is proof of address. Now, proof of address can be very easily provided through several different documents. However, my recommendation is using your bank statement. Now, again, if you would like to know more about which other documents are involved in the process, feel free to check out this video, which has all of the information about this topic. Now, coming down to some of the other documents, which is your English language requirements, which would be your IELTS or your TOEFL mark sheets. Again, if you decide to give a test such as the PTE or the OET, what you need to do is provide an equivalency certificate from the test provider, which is again super important, so don't forget to do this. The next few documents that you need are related to your qualifications. Now, for your qualifications, you will need documents such as your bachelor's and your master's degree certificate if available. You will also need your course information form and you will need any transcripts or internship completion certificates. Now, in order to fill out your transcripts or your course information form, if you are confused about them, I have made detailed videos about this topic where I go through exactly what needs to be written or what you need to provide your college or your university when they are filling out this important form for you. And please guys, make sure that whichever form you are submitting in terms of your course information is in a machine readable format. Now, what machine readable means is that when HCPC puts the forms through their systems, the machine is or the system is able to read the form by themselves, and this can very easily be done using an OCR software, and several of these softwares are free on Google at the minute, so feel free to go ahead and check these out. But again, other than these professional documents, what you might also need are some letter of recommendations for places that you've worked in. So make sure you've got all of these documents. Another important pro tip over here is to remember that all of these documents are certified. Again, there is a very specific key phrase to be included over here. Make sure that your documents are verified in the right way before you submit your application. The third thing you want to start doing at this point is writing up your professional experience section. Now, I cannot emphasize how important this step is, and the reason for this is because this step highlights to the HCPC your clinical experience and your background as a healthcare professional on why you are good enough in order to be a healthcare professional in the UK. Obviously, when you are writing up your professional experience section, you can include your internship and any other experience that you have gained before or after that. Now, do remember, guys, that it doesn't matter where this experience is gained. So even if you've gained that experience in a small clinic, which is privately owned, or in a big multi-bed hospital, it doesn't matter, or if it is in an NGO. But make sure that whatever experience you have gained, you write it down really well and put it down in super detail so that HCPC feels reassured that you have the skills or you have the qualities of what it needs to be a healthcare professional in the UK. Now, again, if you have queries about it, feel free to book a one-to-one session with me, because we can go through loads of different information styles in order to make sure that you are covering all of the important standards that HCPC requires in order to grant you that important HCPC registration so that you can start applying for jobs in the UK. Now, once you have started writing a professional experience section, what I would say is also start looking at the online application form. So as of September 2023, the HCPC registration process was moved from paper applications to online application system. Now, this was obviously a brilliant step, because I think it personally made it very easy for people all over the world to start applying for the HCPC registration. So all you've got to do now is create a login and start filling out the application process by yourself. Again, at this point, I want to highlight that as this is the fourth step in your HCPC registration process, please remember that you do not need an agent or you do not need a consultancy service in order to fill out these forms for you. The form can be filled out very easily by yourself. Make sure that you fill in all of the details in the right way. And if you are confused about doing this, again, I have made a super detailed video that I highly recommend watching, because trust me, guys, why would you pay somebody 90,000 rupees or ₹1,00,000 when you can fill the form by yourself? You can save all of that money, because all of that money might be required for your visa processes or for something else. So make sure that you're not wasting your money by applying through agencies or consultancies when you can do the process by yourself. And again, like I said, if you do need any help, feel free to reach out to me and we can have a chat about how you can go ahead and submit those forms. I'll leave the link for my website in the description below, so feel free to reach out to me if you need any help or guidance. And the fifth and the final step is actually going ahead and submitting your online application form. Now, remember, guys, when you go ahead to submit your online application form, you will be asked to pay a scrutiny fee. Make sure that you've gone through your form several times. Get your relatives or your parents to go over it along with you, just so that you avoid any mistakes, because once you've submitted the form, by paying the scrutiny fee, you are not able to edit your form. So any mistakes that go in from there cannot be edited or cannot be taken back. But yes, once you are happy with the form, make sure that you click on the submit button and click on the scrutiny fee link, because the scrutiny fee needs to be paid in order for the assessors to review your application. Now, this fee needs to be paid immediately once you've submitted the form, and it is, I think, about £538. So more or less, it's about 53,000 rupees. So make sure you have that money with you. And I think, from my knowledge, you need to make sure that that money is paid via a bank credit card. So make sure that you do have that option available to you, or you can borrow somebody's credit card and pay them back. But what tends to happen is once you've paid the scrutiny fee link, you will then receive a notification that HCPC has accepted your application, or HCPC's assessors will go through it. From that point beyond, you will not receive any notification from the HCPC of the process. So if you've not heard back from them in a month or in 2 months, please do not be worried. It is very normal. It is typical for HCPC to not get back to you. However, what you've got to remember is that if HCPC does have any concerns in the process when they are assessing your application, they will drop you an email. So make sure that whatever email you are registering with your online application, you keep checking it frequently so that you are aware of any emails that might come in. But like I said, there has been several instances where obviously HCPC does not contact its applicants if they are happy with the process. Now, if HCPC is happy with your process and is really sort of glad with your application, has found no faults in it, they will send you a registration link where you have to then go ahead and pay your registration fees. And once you've done that, you will turn up on the register as a registered healthcare professional in the UK. You can then use that professional registration number in order to apply for jobs on the Track Job or the NHS Jobs website. However, if you are somebody who has been asked to submit further information, that is because HCPC has not been happy with your application and they would need further information from your end to determine if you are suitable in order to practice in the UK, or if your clinical skills are indeed relevant to the UK standards, then they might ask you for further information. Now, what I would recommend at this stage is that you be a bit careful and think a bit more clearly about what information you are providing, because this could be your one and only chance in order to get your HCPC registration. Because if they feel that the information that you provide at this stage is not up to the standards, they might reject your application. So please be aware about it. But let's just be honest, for most people who've submitted their application using their hard work and dedication, you might most likely be registered, because it is not hard. I applied for my registration myself. I know so many other people who've done it themselves and have not faced any challenges. But like I said, if you do have any difficulties, do get in touch with me, guys. I'll leave the link for my website in the description below. Also follow me on Instagram for more informative content. But that's it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. Take care. Bye.